What kind of neighborhood tyrant cuts your water line just to spite your pet raccoons? That's the mess Anna Larson stumbled into in Willow Creek Estates, a cul-de-sac so polished it gleamed under the streetlights, even in a downpour. But the real storm wasn't the Rhine, it was brewing in Anna's backyard, where her 3 rescue raccoons, Dusk, Spark, and Gizmo, were tearing apart a DeLaw 15,000 drainage system with their muddy paws. The construction crew was losing it, insurance companies were dodging calls, and Pamela Reed, the HOA's iron-fisted queen, was watching her perfect little empire crack. Anna, a 35-year-old wildlife rescuer, had no idea she just sparked a rebellion that would unravel a neighborhood conspiracy and turn her furry trio into local legends. 2 years after losing her husband, Anna packed up and moved to Willow Creek, drawn by its manicured lawns and cookie-cutter mailboxes. As a licensed wildlife rehabilitator with a soft spot for raccoons, she needed a place with room for her rescue work. Her modest ranch house, with its big, fenced backyard, seemed like a dream of fresh start for her and her raccoons. Dusk, the sly old schemer, Spark, a hyperactive chaos machine, and Gizmo, a young critter still healing from a run-in with a car. She signed the papers, picturing peaceful days nursing animals back to health. But she hadn't counted on Pamela, the HOA president, a platinum blonde dictator who swung the rulebook like a sledgehammer. Trouble started fast. A week after Anna settled in, she was building a secure enclosure for the raccoons when she caught Pamela peering over her fence, eyes narrowed at the furry trio. "Our bylaws don't allow wild animals," Pamela snapped, her voice sharp enough to slice through the humid air. Anna, cool as ever, pulled out her state-issued wildlife rehab license, but Pamela waved it off like it was junk mail. "Rules are rules, Ms. Larson. Expect a violation notice." Sure enough, the next day, a letter showed up, demanding the raccoons be gone or Anna would face daily fines. She fought back, dropping off a thick folder of permits and certifications at Pamela's mansion, the kind of place that screamed, "I'm better than you." Pamela's face tightened, but she backed off for a bit. "Keep those pests locked up, or I'll have my reasons to act," she hissed, tacking on complaints about Anna's mailbox shade and lawn height for good measure. Pamela's crusade didn't stop. She started stalking Anna's property, snapping photos, issuing citations for her bird feeder, porch chairs, even her wind chimes. She spread whispers to house hunters that Anna's place was a biohazard under animal control's watch. Anna kept her head down, handing out wildlife rehab flyers and inviting neighbors to see her work, hoping to win them over. But Pamela's obsession grew darker. One afternoon, Anna caught her leaning over the fence, camera in hand, muttering about documenting health risks. Anna's gut screamed this wasn't just petty HOA nonsense, something bigger was at play. The breaking point hit when Anna got an urgent call to free a raccoon family stuck in a county culvert. She asked her neighbor, Caleb Moore, a tech-whiz kid who'd taken a shine to her cause, to keep an eye on Dusk, Spark, and Gizmo. While she was gone, Pamela pounced. Caleb's voice cracked over the phone. "They cut your water line, Anna. Pamela said your raccoon water station broke some conservation rule." The HOA, led by Pamela and her lapdog, Victor Klein, had shut off Anna's water without warning, leaving her house bone dry. Anna raced home to find Gizmo's leg infection worsening. Without water, she couldn't clean his wounds. Furious, she stormed to Pamela's porch, where the HOA queen stood smirking. "Actions have consequences, Ms. Larson," Pamela said, dropping a hint about more fines for extra raccoons Anna was temporarily fostering. Anna's fear turned to fire. The plumber, Nate Carter, let slip that Pamela had strong-armed him into cutting the line, skipping the HOA board vote entirely. Legal aid was a dead-end. HOA fights were a money pit, but a tip about emergency utility laws sent Anna digging into county codes. Caleb, ever the hero, rigged a sneaky water line from his house, hidden under garden gnomes and fake rocks. Meanwhile, Anna noticed fresh dirt behind her fence, a massive drainage pipe, slapped together in a protected wetland. Smelling a rat, she called her friend, Rachel Hayes, an environmental lawyer. "This breaks Clean Water Act rules," Rachel said, pushing Anna to file a complaint. The deeper Anna dug, the uglier it got. A retired neighbor, Henry Blake, spilled the tea. Pamela and her husband, Gregory, were pitching a community relaxation area through Gregory's shady construction firm. At the county recorder's office, Anna and Rachel unearthed a zoning variance application, signed by Pamela and Gregory, with maps marking Anna's property as a Phase 1 acquisition target. The park was a luxury condo complex, cooked up with evergreen luxury developments to bulldoze Willow Creek. That drainage pipe? Unpermitted prep work to dodge environmental reviews. As rain clouds rolled in, Dusk, Spark, and Gizmo got antsy, clawing at the fence near the faulty pipe. Gizmo's infection took a bad turn, landing him at the vet for heavy antibiotics. In the clinic lot, Anna broke down, overwhelmed, haunted by her husband's calm strength. Caleb found her, handing her an iced tea. "This isn't just about raccoons," he said. "It's about saving our neighborhood." His words lit a spark. Pamela, sensing pushback, called a surprise HOA inspection, claiming Anna's raccoons trashed the drainage area. But Sophie Grant, a local environmental reporter tipped off by Caleb, crashed the party, grilling Pamela about the illegal construction. Pamela bolted, her cool facade crumbling. That night, Caleb's security cams caught Victor and a buddy planting cameras aimed at Anna's raccoon pen, hoping to catch them acting wild. Pamela wasn't just after Anna's house, she wanted to torch her career. But allies kept coming. Nate, the guilt-ridden plumber, and his brother-in-law, Luke, hooked up a covert above-ground water line. "My sister's a vet," Luke said. "What Pamela's doing is sick." At the vet's, Sophie dropped a bomb. Pamela and Gregory had a history of forcing out homeowners for profit. "You ready to go public?" she asked. Anna nodded, knowing the fight was now or never. The rebellion took shape around Anna's kitchen table. Rachel drafted an injunction to restore Anna's water. Her husband, Owen, mapped the drainage project's environmental violations. Clara Bell, a wildlife advocate, rallied support, while Henry fired up fed-up residents. They planned a community meeting at the drainage site, billed as a project update but set to blow Pamela's scheme wide open. Sophie would film, and county official Tom Weaver would call out the violations. The day came under stormy skies. Pamela strutted in, all fake smiles, but Anna cut her off. Rachel laid out the environmental crimes, siphon HOA funds, a condo plot with Anna's name at the top of the hit list. Her water cut was no mistake, it was a calculated move. Henry exposed cooked books, and neighbors piled on with stories of Pamela's bullying. Gregory, a lawyer, tried to flip the script, accusing Anna of stealing documents, but the crowd wasn't buying it. Then nature took over. Rain poured, and Dusk, who'd slipped his pen, poked at the drainage pipe with a stick. The shoddy thing collapsed, spraying mud all over Pamela's pristine blazer. Spark and Gizmo dove in, splashing like kids in a puddle, while Pamela shrieked. Sophie's camera caught every second, and Henry landed the knockout. The area was a protected wildlife corridor, making Pamela's project dead in the water. The crowd voted to boot Pamela and Gregory, putting Henry in charge of a temporary board. Anna caught Pamela before she slunk away, soaked and broken. "I'm not gloating," Anna said quietly. "I just hope you find a better way." Pamela, mascara streaking, said nothing and vanished. The county slapped Gregory's company with fines, restored Anna's water, and opened a fraud probe. 6 months later, Willow Creek was a new place. Under Henry's lead, the HOA became a real community, complete with a wildlife area where Gizmo, fully healed, ruled with Dusk and Spark as furry mascots. At a neighborhood barbecue, a kid tugged Anna's sleeve, asking if he could save animals someday. "You bet," she said, seeing her fight reflected in his wide eyes. As Caleb slipped his hand into hers, Anna knew she hadn't just saved her Homesh reborn, a whole community.